Hey, it's A Automotive Reviews. Thanks for watching, thanks for liking, and thanks for subscribing. The question that always been on my mind is this. Will the Porsche 911 ever build a hybrid? Now, back in 2018, it was reported that Porsche was working on a hybridized version of its cult classic, the 911 sports car. The planned Porsche 911 Turbo SE Hybrid is said to be an historical addition to the long and illustrious line of 911 cars. And we've been lucky enough to get an idea of what it will look like through a few renderings. When a 992 Porsche 911 made its debut at a 2018 Los Angeles Auto Show, the then head of development for 911 range, Mr. Achleitner, said that the 992 was designed for the possibility of adding an electrified variant that would further enhance its performance, as there is room within the PDK automatic transmission to integrate an electric motor. The hybrid model clearly took a back seat, especially when the development of the Taycan was in full swing. And with Porsche still working on this Cross Turismo electric wagon, it doesn't seem that a 911 hybrid is on the horizon. However, according to Motor Trend, Klaus Zellmer, President and CEO of Porsche Cars North America, is hinting at a hybrid version hitting showroom floors sooner rather than later. This despite the other Porsche executives voicing that it should be the last model to see electrification. According to Porsche chairman Oliver Bloom, the hybrid version of the 911 will be the best performing in the range, eclipsing the turbo variant. But if you listen to Frank Stefan Walliser, who oversees the 911 lineup, all the added weight will ruin the traditional balance of the 911. So it's a weight issue. It all sounds very conflicting, and it is. It was said that the hybrid would come in 2022, but that time frame has moved up to as late as 2026. With the full EV variant over a decade away, Zellmer is still optimistic about the hybrid 911 and was recently quoted when asked about the hybrid car. Rest assured, I'm in contact with my colleagues in Germany. In our Research and Development Center, one of my most important responsibilities is representing the customer voice here in the United States and Canada to make sure we have cars that keep us on the success track going forward. And the customers want and expect from us. We'll keep our fingers crossed then. So is a 911 variant coming? EV variant, that is. hybrid variant. You guys, Zay Automotive Reviews. Thanks for watching, and thanks for liking and subscribing. However, if we look at the hybridization, the hybrid may be closer than what we think. Whether it happened depends on who you ask at Porsche, but the North American CEO seems to see its value. Now, when the current generation 992 and the Porsche 911 debuted at the Los Angeles Auto Show in late 2018, August Achleitner, Mr. 911, the now retired head of development for the 911 range, said the iconic sports car would get a hybrid variant within 4 years. He said the 992 was designed for the possibility of adding an electrified variant that would further enhance its performance, as there is room within the PDK automatic transmission to integrate an electric motor. The transmission was also engineered to cope with high torque levels of the sort that can come with electrification. But such a model wasn't a priority, as the focus is on electric vehicle plans. Porsche was getting ready to launch the Taycan EV sedan at the first of the family pure electric vehicles that will spawn the Cross Turismo electric wagon later this year. Now, plans also call for the future generation of the vehicles to feature electric versions, starting with the Porsche Macan in 2022. Electrified models are also planned for the Boxster and Cayman, all of which would join the extend hybrid version of the Cayenne SUV and the Panamera sedan. So what about the 911? Klaus Zellman, president of CEO of Porsche Cars North America, would like to see it in the showrooms for the North American customer, but he's careful to not say too much in a recent interview, an approach that isn't too surprising given the loading history of the seemingly simple question. So as far as we know, the 911 is the last to be electrified. Timing and technology of an electrified 911 depends on who you ask and when. Based on an interview with the Porsche executives over the past couple of years, the plans appear quite fluid, to say the least. The one area where most agree it is not imminent, and the 911 will likely be the last Porsche to be electrified. Porsche chairman Oliver Bloom told the media outlets last fall that the 911 hybrid would be the highest performing variant. Others have said it could be used to hit the ever-tightening efficiency targets. Meanwhile, Frank Stefan Walliser, who oversees the 911 lineup, has suggested it might be the last to keep electric motors and other components out. Or it might be best to keep it out, as they add weight to an incredibly poised, balanced car, once which doesn't have much room for packaging such as powertrains and additional hardware. Initially, executives said that the 911 will get a mild hybrid, And as time passed, the talk changed. As well, Bloom said that the 700 horsepower 911 hybrid would make the kind of impact needed and would require a more powerful electric motor of a plug-in setup. And then the timing issue. For years, talk of a hybrid 911 would arrive in 2022. Then the time frame became 2023 or 2024. And as part of the 992 generation mid-cycle refresh, or even 2026. As for the pure EV variant, that could be 10 years away. Now, to say the least, the North American chief wants one. One time, when Zimmer came amidst the conflicting reports, I'll leave that up to my friend Frank Walliser, who has actually given a lot of insight recently about the potential of a mild hybrid 911. Zimmer said with a laugh, that said, he would in no way publicly disagree with his colleagues. I think there's a lot of technical advantages in hybridization of cars. Absolutely, he added. Asked if he is pushing for a 911 hybrid for his North American market, Zelmer said, rest assured, I'm in contact with colleagues in Germany in my research and development center. One of my most important responsibilities is representing the customers, which I said earlier. And I'll say again, we think that means he wants one in the lineup. But while it sure seems like an electrified 911 is an inevitability, the debate within the Porsche means its arrival likely remains some ways in the distance. So it's in the distance, folks. But sooner or later, it is coming. This is AO Automotive Reviews. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Remember, like and subscribe. Remember, keep your head up and always keep reaching for the clouds. And if no one told you this, I'm telling you this today, that you are fantastic.
If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more interesting videos.